Good morning, my beloved community. Thank you for having me here today. It's so nice to see you all here in the seats, and hello to our online. I've been able to speak at other centers, and they've been following the CSL Home Office's global theme. We here at our center have been doing our own little themes, which have been fantastic. Thank you, Reverend Mike, for organizing that. But the global theme for CSL is awe and wonder. Looking at everyday life with awe and wonder. So for example, when we get up in the morning, is it just an everyday routine? Or are we grateful when we get up and like, thank you for this next day of life? I was talking to a woman I call my daughter, and she was telling me that at her child's kindergarten, they say when a child asks a question, don't respond, but perhaps with the answer, but respond with, wow, I wonder why that is. And I thought that was such a neat idea. So many of us are so used to Google and like, oh, what's the answer? And within like 30 seconds, we have the answer. Nowadays, everything we need to know is in our pocket or right here in my little shorts in my cell phone. But what about that time when we used to have to go to the encyclopedia, look it up, and then find it? It takes time back then. But now, if I need to know something, like what was the Seahawks score the other day? Oh, 17-16. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that, aren't you? I was thinking about that. So after I was talking with my daughter, we did that great Greg Lavoie workshop. Who was there in that? That was great. Wasn't that a lot of fun? Well, I purchased his book, and I was going through his book, and the first chapter is all about this topic, about wonder, looking at things. And he says, see miracles in the commonplace. See miracles in the commonplace. Things that, I just take that for granted. Or you are fall back in love with the ordinary and the everyday. How can we see awe in the ordinary and the everyday? How do we see wonder? Someone cuts you off in traffic. I wonder what's going on in their life that they're in such a hurry. Or versus what Reverend Mike says, the one finger peace sign. You know, next time someone cuts you off in traffic, can we just go, I wonder what they're dealing with right now. I had a situation at work yesterday, and I went to, I wonder what's going on in their life that they reacted that way. Have you ever had a situation happen and you just want to get right into it, but what would happen if we stepped back and took a breath and went, I wonder why that person is reacting that way. He also goes on to say that we can see wonder if we expand our knowledge. He says, knowledge enlarges the brain, it expands the cortex, and builds new neural connections, new pathways that weren't there before. So as we explore new thoughts, new concepts, our pathways build up, and we have new avenues to explore life. In my class that I'm teaching, From Whence We Came, a couple of you are laughing because I know we're going to explore Ernest Holmes and Emerson and Emma Curtis and Thomas Troward, and some of that stuff makes me go, whoa. But I'm telling my class, if we can just gleam onto one thing that might change our life. There's a possibility that a sentence, we don't have to go in thinking, I have to learn everything, but if we just tap into one sentence, one phrase, one concept that moves us, it can make a huge difference in our life. I saw this quote, you are more than you will ever experience, but you will only experience what you think you're worth. How about we can rephrase that, you are more than you ever experience, but you will only experience what you think you're able to experience. So our limiting thoughts, our limiting beliefs. One of my tennis students the other day was telling me how they can't do something. I'm like, well, let's not fight for your limitations. Let's just keep it open and wonder, what is our biggest possibility that I can achieve today? So for each and every one of you here today, I invite you to go out into our everyday Sunday, which is absolutely gorgeous here in Southern California. I'm loving the 70-degree weather. And just look at the clouds and wonder, how does the water stay up there? And then when it pours, how much water, how does it get down here? We know the science about it, but think of the broader terms, just the miracle that we have clouds that will feed our lawns. It's pretty fascinating, huh? How? I know, but we will have, Bonnie's like, but we don't have rain. We did have rain the other day, and we will have rain again. It will come at some point. So I send you all out there on the streets, and our phrase is like, I wonder. Isn't that fascinating? And so it is.